Um, Hello, Doc, alcoholic addict, amongst other things, and welcome to another fantastic edition of Sober School. I'm not sure if you can read that, but it is the non-toxic relationship edition to follow up the toxic relationships we covered last week. Well, basically, what we're going to go over today is I've got a list of 12 qualities of non-toxic or healthy relationships, and this isn't just like romantic relationships. This is all relationships because they have the same stuff is involved, ideally, for it to be a healthy relationship. And a big one that is actually not on this list, but it is involved with this list, is just giving a hoot. Let's say that it's caring. All right, so you got to care about the other person, and the other person has to care about you and like the effort you're putting in, how you feel about things, and yeah, you gotta give a crap if you want to have a healthy relationship. A lot of times things tend to be one-sided. All right, and like giving a crap and effort. And if you give enough of a crap, you are willing to put the effort in. All right. So, all right. You know, I like visual aids. All right. You. I'm sure that whoever's watching this video will not be able to read this because of the glare on the screen. But, all right, so this is a little integer in regards to effort. All right, this side of things is you. 100% effort. You doing everything, you making it work, doing all the work to like make sure the relationship goes smoothly. This other side of things is them doing 100% of the work and you just coasting. Here in the middle is your sweet spot. This is 50-50. This is like you doing your half, them doing their half, like meet in the middle. I worked in and this is regards to like every aspect of the relationship. I worked in hotels for years and kitchens, and a lot of people didn't speak the best English. And to be fair, I don't speak the best Spanish. I do speak some Spanish. So what we would do to make things go well is I would speak as much Spanish as I knew, and they would speak as much English as they knew. We would both put in equal amounts of effort, and we'd meet in the middle. We could communicate. We could make it work. I did everything in my power. They did everything in their power, and smooth sailing. Like there was some times, and a lot of these times, like it was back before you could just Google stuff on your phone. So like you really had to. I literally I dated a Spanish girl for like 6 months, and she didn't hardly speak a lick of English.
Was she mail ordered?
No, I like Craigslist. But no, like same thing. Like I spoke as much Spanish as I knew, and I picked up more via context, and she spoke as much English as she knew, and we were both constantly trying We were both constantly putting in effort, like the whole time. And it was actually one of my better relationships, one of my healthier relationships, because we were both putting in equal effort. And she ended up having to go back to Mexico, but I don't know, she even wrote me and stuff. It was cool, but like it worked because we were at this sweet spot. All right, so like everyone break it down. So 60, 70, 80. 90. All right, so if we were going to grade this, 50-50,
50% enough.
well, no, it's at least you're paying attention and you're doing some rudimentary math. But on our grading scale, 50-50 is an A relationship. Really, I like, and you can actually, you and the other person can give a little bit extra, and it could be an A plus. You know, like I'm not just, I'm like you, where you're actually competing to do like more for the other person. That's a great relationship. Like, I don't know, I'm getting crude for a second, but like in a romantic context, like I want to go down on you. No, I want to go down on you. You know, like you're both willing to go the extra mile.
69.
That's definitely yeah.
Everybody wins.
Problem solved. That's A plus. That's math. You can't argue with math. But 50-50, meeting in the middle, pun intended, is definitely where you want to be. And as the level of effort skews more towards one side or the other, here's your grades. If you're doing 100% of the work, you're expelled. It's not even. If you're doing it because you can make virtually any relationship work. However, is it worth it? Is the relationship worth your effort? Because if you're having to give 90% and they're meeting you with 10%, and if that's what's required to make it work, that's a literally, by my definition, that's a failing relationship. Like you can anybody been in a relationship where somebody you can get super hot or something like that, and you like kiss their ass all the time and say you're wrong even though you think you're right, and like put in all this effort just to keep the relationship going when you're putting in 90% effort and there's only 10% good coming back. That's literally a failing relationship. And a lot of times you run into what's called the sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy has to do like gamblers, you know, like where you put good money after bad and you keep getting losing hands, but you're like, man, I've already spent like $300, and if I leave now, I'm not gonna win any of my money back, and it's got to break my way eventually. But the thing is, it doesn't. You ever like date somebody? Well, we got a kid together. We got to make it work. We got a kid together, and we've been together for like 15 years, and yeah, that's why we're still together, because it's the sunk cost fallacy. Because you've invested a lot of good money after bad, a lot of good time after bad, trying to make something work that's down at this end of the spectrum. And you can absolutely do that. If you want to be miserable and fight all the time and hate your life, by all means. Like, give do the lion's share of the work for minimum returns. But I don't recommend it. Ideally, for a healthy relationship, be that in a romantic context or an interpersonal context, 50-50 is where it's at. Like, you got to meet halfway. Like, I like, if you leave me to my own devices, I'll like talk all sorts of weird science stuff and like throw a bunch of knowledge at you, and I do that anyway. I can't help it. But I will also break stuff down, because what's important is not what I have to say. What's important is meeting in the middle and communicating. And that has to do with number 1 on our 12 qualities list, which is mutual respect. You value each other's boundaries, beliefs, and individuality. Like, you don't, like, I know, you guys know how you guys got a pretty good idea of how I'm going to be, or how I am. Kind of weird. I will drop fun facts on you. I'm really weird, also kind of weird, and I'm weird. But no, you guys know that I'm weird. That checks out. And I've got a pretty good idea how most of you guys are, and I respect you.
Weird.
Yeah, well, yeah, like that definitely.
I'm real weird.
Yeah. Well, I told you your first day.
That definitely checks.
You are in the right place for weird. But I respect your weird, and I get the impression that maybe you respect my weird as
Very
well.
much so.
And that's
50-50.
fuck.
50-50.
Heck yeah. That's what I meant to say.
Best friend.
Heck yeah, we are meeting in the middle because of mutual respect. And it goes for boundaries and beliefs. Some of us are more religious than others. Some of us still struggle with faith or finding our higher power. But it is important that you respect. You can definitely speak what you feel in your heart and tell what you've learned and what have you. But mutual respect of like, I respect your beliefs. You respect my beliefs. And we stay in this A to high B area. And trust is number 2 on our 12 qualities of non-toxic relationships list. Reliability and honesty are consistent. No need for constant suspicion. I do trust. I trust you guys to share. I share to you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys the straight poop as far as what's going on in my heart, stuff that's happened to me in the past. And there is a side of it for me where I've reached a point where I've realized I don't have to give so many F's about like hiding stuff about myself. I've been through some messed up stuff, and I'm gonna tell you that. But trust is crucial. Yeah, you ever ever been in a relationship with somebody where they found out that you weren't being 100% honest? That happened one time. And how quickly do they forget about this?
Females don't ever do it.
No. Well, like guys too. Like females are more vocal about it. But if you I catch you going through my box one time. Oh, I was just confused, or I thought something fell in there. Okay. But now, perpetually, I may not be as vocal about it, but it's important not to make broad generalizations or generalizations about broads for that matter. But like, yeah.
That was good. That was good.
This guy. But yeah, trust is mutual, and it only takes you can't unburn a bridge. You can't unlie. So yeah, I want to be able to trust everybody. But trust but verify. I will. It's they say don't gamble with any more money than you're prepared to lose. There's a good parallel there. Don't trust with any more. Don't extend any more trust then you're willing to lose. I will trust you so far. I'm not gonna like, here, could you hold on my social security card and this and my Bitcoin wallet address? You know, if I don't need to do that, I'm probably not gonna do that. Just for the simple fact, one, that's a lot of trust, and if sometimes it's required, but if it's not required, I'm honestly putting you in a position when I have like certain master keys on my keychain, I sleep with my keys under my pillow because it makes me anxious because I've been entrusted with keys to hundreds of properties, so I stay on top of that. 3, healthy communication. You listen actively, speak openly, and avoid passive-aggressive or hostile language. Like active listening, a lot of people okay, yeah, I heard what you said, but actively thinking about what they said means and caring enough to try and understand their point of view, where they're coming from, why they're saying what they're saying, why they're saying it. But yeah, healthy communication goes back to like what I was talking about before. And it's all about meeting in the middle at this 50-50 spot. 5 is independence. Oh no, it's 4. We're on 4. Emotional support. You're there for each other in both good times and hard times. Like, it is super easy to be there for somebody when things are awesome. Like, it doesn't get much easier than that.
Usually when they bail on you, when the shit gets rough.
Yeah. Like, you look at you when you're down in the dirt and the world's falling down around your ears.
Yeah.
You look around.
You got shit to offer them.
Well, because if they're just if they're just worried about what you got to offer, you're on the wrong side of this equation.
My buddy used to tell me, he said, Kaylee, I want to let you know I'll never be a fair weather friend.
Yeah.
What? A
Fair weather friend. Only around
Right.
when things are going good.
When
But
it's beneficial to them.
Yeah, but when the money runs out, when the dope runs out, they run out as well.
Yep.
It's all fine and good. They're your best friend when you're buying drinks or when you're cracking open a bottle, but
Find your real friends right there.
yeah, when you crack open a bottle.
No, I'm saying like when you're at your worst or when times are the roughest.
Yeah.
Like wanting to stick around. That's why I was glad like my mom's my best friend.
And like
Straight up.
I want to be there for you guys. I want to be there for everybody. I want to gas up. If you're having a good day, like you got, I'm gonna go do this. Or I just starting a job. I'm gonna be like, heck yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say heck yeah. But like, I'm gonna be equally there if you're having a bad day. If you got something on your heart, something you need to talk about, it is arguably more important to be there, man. If you ever like see one of your brothers in the house and they're like, man, looking a little bit down. Like, you good? Just checking in, man. That is crucial because this isn't just about romantic relationships. This is about intrapersonal relationships. Be they romantic, be they heterosexual, bromosexual, be it like just fraternal relationships, but just anybody. You want to be like emotionally supportive, as you would want them to be for you. You don't want to be like, listen to somebody pour their heart out, and then when you're feeling that you're having a bad day and you're feeling some sort of way, and they ain't got time to hear it, that's on the wrong end of the spectrum. 5 being independence. And this is like important. Each person maintains their own identity, hobbies, and friendships. Like this is more maybe geared towards like romantic relationships, but it still qualifies for and applies to here in the house. You know, you got your friends here in the house, but you probably got some friends on the outside. I know some people like to go to How Sweet It Is. I know some people like to go to GAA. But when we come back to the house, we're still all good. Gang, gang. We're like,
potty train.
yeah. Because like, everybody has their own identity. Everybody's working their own program. And like, you don't want to like disparage somebody for going to a certain meeting when it's just because it's not the meeting you go to. You don't want to be in a like, my ex, like crazy scientist, she didn't like that I was here at the house because I care about you guys, and I'm like, you guys are important to me, and she didn't like that because it felt, I guess she felt like it took some of her importance away because the house was important to me. She didn't like that I went to so many meetings when it's important that I like, that's who I am. I'm in recovery. Going to meetings is important to me. And she was important to me too. However, I got to put my recovery first. So, but yeah, like as far as being my own person, I stayed who exactly I was from before I met her the whole time. But you come to realize that, okay, she doesn't respect my beliefs. She doesn't respect my identity, who I am, where I am. And that falls back to one, mutual respect. Shared responsibility. Tasks, decisions, emotional labor are balanced fairly. Yeah, just like when everybody's doing their chore here in the house and nobody has to like, the house is happier. I've seen it time and time again. When everybody's on top of their own stuff, cleaning up their own messes, like the whole house, the health of the whole house, the relationships in this house are better because nobody's like, well, you'd be really prone to resentment. Well, why? I'm not doing my chores. I do my chore every day, but I haven't seen so-and-so clean the kitchenette one time or vacuum the floor or there's never any toilet paper in the bathroom. But when everybody's handling their shiz and doing their stuff and taking care of stuff, all right, and hey, what meeting you guys want to go to? That falls under shared responsibility. Like decisions, input. It shows you care. Like we give a crap. You don't want to go to the same meeting every Thursday, you know, like that's the sign of a good relationship. That sometimes we go, hey, which meeting do you guys want to go to? You guys want to go to the morning NA meeting or the morning AA meeting? Like that's what a healthy relationship looks like because we're asking because we care what's best for the group. If most people want to go to the NA meeting, it would be, and while the AA meeting is still important, it's good to meet in the middle. And then like, yeah, we'll go to the NA meeting this morning, but we'll go to AA tomorrow because it's all about meeting back there in the middle. 7 is healthy conflict resolution. Disagreements are handled calmly without insults, threats, or stonewalling. Hey, like, if you got a problem, like, you should be able to talk about it, like in a just a respectful, healthy way. Like, even if it's like major, there's no reason for it doesn't have to devolve into a fight. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Because a lot of times it's a misunderstanding or what have you. If everybody is upfront and comes at each other with respect and good communication and meets here in the middle, Because if I just saw, man, I saw somebody going through my box, and I go off on them because what the heck were you doing to my box? And really, their key card or something fell down off the bed. They were doing something on the bed, and it fell down into my box. Okay, but if I just go at it from a purely self-centered, solipsistic mode, it's
Criminalistic viewpoint.
that too. Well, you gotta CYA, but still, I want to be wrong. If something looks bad, I would much rather be wrong and be totally misunderstanding the situation than. Don't get me wrong, I like having a good excuse to beat the tar off somebody, but I don't do that anymore. It just makes me sad. Because even when I win the fight, I'm like, man, now my hand hurts and I feel bad. I feel like I've lost. Even though I might win the fight, yeah, I kind of lost because it devolved to the point of violence because I didn't use my words like a freaking big boy. Because we don't even if stuff is real, a really questionable situation, if you use healthy conflict resolution, because I had a bunkie when I was locked up, and it's the same bunkie the whole time I was in prison, and we had some static there at the beginning, and I almost snapped off on him. He was a younger kid. I'm not trying to jack my Mac, and he's probably going to be in my bunkie for a while. So we better, I sat him down, and we communicated like men, and we got things straight. And you don't frickin' put a hat on my bed, because it freaks me out.
A hat?
Yeah.
Like a hat? Hey,
Yeah,
hat,
yeah.
hat. Don't put a hat on me.
No. It's the 30 days bad luck. I mean, I really am not, I should be not superstitious.
At least
But,
one at candy bar.
yeah, there's that. I'll get him next time.
I've heard.
I'll get him next time.
I've heard of
You know what's crazy is, dude? It's Doc, we know, we all know that you can probably bring the fire and the heat, right? But we don't see that. That don't even come to none of our minds in this house. Not a single person, I guarantee it, never thinks of. Man, Doc's a violent person.
No.
No.
At all, bro.
If you're a phone, maybe. I got real heated up my phone sometimes. I want to smash it right now.
I broke over 15 phones in 1 month one time.
My aunt was gonna
High
make
score?
my aunt was gonna make a broken phone wall for me.
Nice.
I get
Swear
mad
to
at
God,
people,
dude.
dude. And as soon as you break it, it's all relieved. It's
Yeah.
oh my God, it's gone.
And then you're to
Yeah.
the remorse stage, what the heck did I just do? Now I have to get a new phone.
No.
Yeah.
15 in 1 month. Where'd you get all these phones?
Yeah.
My God.
I don't know, bro. I bought a lot.
Is it the same guy who sells the drug tests?
Huh?
No, never mind.
Cereal every 2 days.
Yeah, I'm serious. Literally.
Yeah, you literally broke a phone every other day.
Every other day.
I'm not sure if that is a healthy conflict resolution. It would probably have been far more economical to use your words. Yeah.
I'm guilty.
It's everybody, dude.
I'm sensing a pattern. And also, if you're breaking your phone every other day, you might want to look at do some introspection, and 'cause there might be there's definitely a you
This situation.
The phone I got
part of the
right now
equation.
has got a broken screen on it and throwing it.
Yeah. Think of how fewer phones you'd have to buy if you didn't do such things. All right. 8 is affection and appreciation. You express gratitude and care through words, actions, or physical touch, if appropriate to the relationship type. I'm not that's that appropriateness is very important. Man, that was a really good share, and I start rubbing your shoulders and stuff. That might be weird.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Especially if
That's
you're
a
using the
little
bathroom at the time. It's all about context and what type of relationship it is. But if you did have a good share, I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna tell you, that was a good share. I was really feeling that. And I appreciate like when people do stuff. Like, man, hey, I see you doing that. I see you doing your chore. Or man, like bathroom looks great. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna gas you the heck
Sorry
up
about that.
because I want our relationship to be healthy, and I want like
Everybody likes being appreciated.
yeah, like being like feeling seen,
Boy goes a long way.
like knowing like man, because you did the stuff, and usually it's thankless. If you see somebody doing stuff, man, if I see you, like you, I'm not going to use your name, but you're looking sharp. I like the shirt.
Thank
you. And it's a good look on you. Like really sets off your eyes. You know, like. But if I see you looking sharp, if I see you put a little extra effort into your outfit, oh man, that's the shoes and the shirt and the hat, it all ties in together. Man, I see y'all. I see y'all pimped out right there, looking good. I'm gonna let you know. Because and that costs me nothing. But it makes you know, it makes you feel seen, it makes you feel heard. Hey man, somebody freaking noticed me.
Doc, you've never complimented my attire.
I haven't gotten that.
Well, there's a reason for that. You look like trash.
Fair enough.
Hey, so like,
When you step your game up, we'll talk.
I mean, like the 60-40, the 80-20 rule still applies here too, like when a healthy relationship, because sometimes we're not always.
No,
And
this
sometimes
is.
the other person's got to pick up your slack too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
It's
how
gonna vary.
Yeah.
It's gonna move back and forth. You're gonna have 70 days. You might even have an 80 day.
Like I
But-
got 30, you got your 70. You know,
Yeah.
Can you help me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in a healthy relationship, they're willing. Man,
To accommodate, yeah.
yeah, like man,
I've seen this reel on Facebook actually. When they like both the husband and wife get off work, they tell each other where they're at. She said, "I'm at a 60 today," and he's like, "Okay, well," or it'd be like, "I'm at a 45," and she'd be like, "Okay, I got you. I'll be 65 today."
yeah,
Or that
And that-
doesn't add up. So 55.
Whatever.
yeah. It must be that new math I've been hearing about.
That's how the best working relationships
Yeah.
I've ever had are too. Like I can go in and I can be like, dude, I don't got it today.
Yeah,
And they're like, okay, I'll step up today.
Yeah.
I'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
like I do that with work orders sometimes. Like when we're divvying up work orders, and I can tell like, man, you had your weekend. I'm like, okay, I'll handle the appliance repair and troubleshooting and stuff like that. You can go unclog that. You can go like fix that clogged sink, or what have you. And there's other times when I got like some heavy duty troubleshooting to do. They'll handle a bunch of my smaller ones, so I can just focus on the important big jobs. Yeah, like romantic relationships, interpersonal relationships, work relationships. It's all the same thing. It's all about matching their intensity and them matching yours. Like, because, and it's gonna vary. You're not gonna be you might not always have a straight A relationship, but definitely solid A, high B average. That's worthwhile. But you ever run into people where like, man, where you know you're gonna be in like the low C to F ratio, like man, like I don't want to say anything to them because I know how it's gonna end up. Like you can't tell them nothing. Even if you did try to tell them something, they're not trying to hear it. There's certain people that are like that, and that's the importance of this is recognizing where your relationships with anybody is on this integer, on this line, because if every interaction's like a D or an F, where you're doing 80 to 90% of the effort.
Question I want to hear from the beginning. Where did the E go between the D and F?
I'm going by grades. Yeah. No. It's at least you're paying attention. Excellent. Banana stickers. But oftentimes there's certain people like, hey, I know I'm gonna have to go out of my way to make this interaction work. Those are the sort of interactions you want to avoid. Quite honestly.
tail just fell off.
Twinsies.
Yeah.
All right. 9.
So wait, I have a quick question. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So like, people are saying that they're willing to go out of their way to help you. That's a bad relationship.
No. That's a sign of a good relationship if it's reciprocal.
Yeah.
If they got you when you're down and you got them when they're down, that's a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't really willing to even put much past
Yeah, because I had
50% effort.
I had like this girl I did like a whole lot for her. Like I go out of my way for her a bunch, and like God forbid when I was in a bad situation, she couldn't help me at all. She made me promises and say all kind of stuff. So one day my transmission went out and I was on that side of town, and she promised me this, promised me that, and I gave her $20 prior, and I've done a bunch of stuff for her, gave her money and helped her out and shit. And my transmission was out, and God forbid she couldn't help me out fucking once, but all she could say is this, that, and the other, but and then it was all my fault, and then before you know it, when I finally got a ride out of her, she made, her mom came with her, and her best friend that hated my guts, that was jealous of me, came, and I got my ass beat the fuck out of that day.
It's definitely a not
That's a toxic relationship.
that falls under the toxic relationships, I think. But there's certain people like you could be at a
Her friend Joe,
That's a toxic relationship, like.
yeah.
Got her number.
Big Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you like Big Peter.
I think I love her.
Yeah. But you're gonna have like there are certain people where they're not even willing to give 50%. Like there's a lot of people in this world where like the most effort they'll put in is maybe like 40%. You know, I'll kind of try to do the bare minimum and stuff. But they're like it's taking relationships. It's one-sided relationships. If they are always if your interactions with other people are always on this side of that 50-50 mark, that's a one-sided relationship. And there's always going to be like most relationships, it's 50-50 is the goal. It's not always going to be 50-50, it's going to vary. But if you were to average it out on a long enough timeline, 50-50 should be the average, ideally. And really, you can grade relationships at work, romantic relationships, based on this scale. Because there's certain people that they're not even willing to meet you in the middle. Like, yeah, I'll help if you like do most of the work for me, and then pay me. You ever have people the only time you hear from them is when they need something?
Yeah, that happened to me today actually.
Yeah, like
One of my buddies back at home hit me up, was like, hey, doing alright? We got to talking, and then
oh, by the way,
he needed $30.
yeah,
And I was like, damn.
I've done that with my dad before, like work for him or something, and we like have him do most of the work and then still ask him for money.
yeah. Well, that's definitely a you-centric relationship. A lot of people have that sort of relationship with their parents. You know, like at least initially, like because your parents have been doing stuff for you your whole life. So you kind of become accustomed to that. You become accustomed to that bias, where like, oh, I know, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll come say hi, Mom, and then like, but yeah, I know if I go see her, I can get $20, or she's gonna cook me dinner.
Yeah, it's I mean, I love my dad. I love him to death, but like, I mean, everybody's done that with their parent one time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's in the first half of your life. That's kind of how that relationship with your parents is supposed to be. They're supposed to be going the extra distance for you. Ideally, not everybody's got good parents or parents at all.
Yeah, I don't have a mom.
Yeah. But then hopefully, ideally, later on in life, like you get your stuff together, and when your parents need you, like they're getting older and stuff, like I need help. Could you? I need to get the lawn mowed, but I can hardly. My arthritis is really bad, so you can have their back. You can go the extra mile for them in the last set of life, and still, if you average the whole thing out over both your lives, it can still be a 50-50 average. They got your back. They'll go the extra mile for you as you're growing up. But when you get grown, ideally, you have their back. So it can be bias, or like there can be a bias towards one side of the relationship or the other.
Long term, right?
But in the long run, a healthy relationship will average out to 50-50. Like I'll say your girl's going to school, right? So she's busy, she's working, she's got classes and stuff. So like she's busy. So that requires you to go out of your way. Okay, man, she's been at work all day, now she's doing her videos on the computer. I'll take care of dinner, or I'll do dishes. And it's gonna be like that for a while. You're gonna have to be putting a little bit of extra effort in to make sure everything needs to get done, it gets done. But then when she gets through school, starts getting those big paychecks, ideally, maybe she like, oh man, he was there and he supported me through my whole time going to school. Ideally, hopefully, she won't forget that.
Ideally.
Yeah, ideally. That's why it's important to like, I don't want to like,
How do you know though? Because like that's I got trust.
by paying attention to where you are on this line. There's no guarantees, but if you notice give and take, if they're willing to meet you in the middle, wherever the middle is, the middle might not always be in the middle, but if they're willing to meet you where you're at and you're willing to meet them where they're at, they remember that stuff, and you remember that stuff. Even if you don't remember, you remember that stuff. It like you the vibe, the general impression you have of that relationship is positive. If most interactions are them wanting something or transactional, you're aware of that too. And even though you may like some aspects of it, yeah, she's super hot, but she tried to light my room on fire and stab my tire 6 times.
That's
So-
hot.
Yeah, it's sounds good on paper, but I don't. It has not historically ended well for myself. So I was paying attention to where we're at. And okay, this is a one-sided relationship. This is bias. The benefit to BS ratio is not where it needs to be. It's the same thing. You could cross out you, and you can cross out them and put benefits.
Pros, cons.
Choices, consequences.
BS. I think I misspelled benefits because I hate the word benefit. But yeah, like you can same sort of grading system. Like, is our interaction? Where is it? Is there like? It should ideally at least be like 50-50. Like the pros should outweigh the cons, or at least equal out. If you're not on the benefit side of things over time, like you're averaging towards the BS. By definition, these interactions are mostly BS without a lot of benefit. And yeah, you can do the same way. B, C, D, F. The same sort of scale, the same sort of integer of rating every interaction. Like, what's the benefit to BS ratio of this interaction? And just being mindful. Think about this stuff. Like, think about how your relationship and your interactions with people are. Because if they're not a net positive in their life, they're draining you. If they're not part of the solution, they're part of the problem. If like, even if the great is super great, if the horrible is even like super mega horrible, and you add all that up, it's ultimately a negative. And just being cognizant and aware of this stuff. All right, if they're a net positive, like if they're more benefit than they are BS, okay, that's sort of what we're going to be. That's maybe I should invest some time in this relationship, or getting to know you better, or going the extra mile if you're having a hard time, if there's more good that comes out of it than bad. Safety is important, especially in romantic relationships. You know, you feel physically, emotionally, and psychologically safe with each other. You feel like you can share with them. They know, like, you walk on the outside when you're walking down the sidewalk, if it's a girl, because that's the gentlemanly thing to do. You know? And they notice that stuff. Their moms told them about that stuff.
Wait, what was it?
When you're walking on the sidewalk with a girl, you walk on the street. You walk on the outside.
She walks on the outside.
Yeah. Like that's what men do.
Yeah.
Because like it lets them know they're safe. Like you're literally putting yourself in between them and danger. And even if they don't realize it consciously, subconsciously, they do.
Yeah, that's one good thing about being raised in Alabama, dude. That shit like that was instilled in me since a kid.
Yeah.
Now that fucking it's you know, hospitality and fucking mannerisms like that is big down south. You don't
Yeah.
see it up here. You don't see it up here.
We just don't split poles up here.
Yeah.
No.
I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Don't split poles.
I've noticed that.
And don't leave your hat on my freaking bed.
So silly.
It's 30 days bad luck. And I know that sounds silly because I'm a scientist and what have you, but when you've been struck by lightning as many times as I have,
You been
Oh, no,
struck by lightning?
2.5 times.
Whoa.
Gee, I can't afford to take chances. That's all.
Doc, how many times have you been hit by cars?
Like depending on how many we want to count, somewhere between 11 and 14.
What?
Hit by the car. I got hit 3 times by a car.
I got hit like
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I got
dozen cars.
yeah. I've got all right, sidebar. So I've been hit so many times, I've got an SOP. I've got a standard operating procedure for getting hit by a car as safely as possible.
What's step one?
All right. Well, I as you can imagine, I have an acronym. It's this is for a bicycle, but it can apply to pedestrian traffic as well. It's called the REST system. 1 is relax. You know, like
getting hit.
the shit's going down. You tensing up is ultimately gonna affect you negatively. So if you realize it's gonna happen, relax. It's typically the drunk who survives the accident because they're not tightened up. Their response time is slowed. I'm not saying drink and drive or be drunk. But the reason why, if there's a horrible car accident and the drunk survives but the sober person doesn't, because the sober person was aware of what was going on and tightened up, so more of that impact was transmitted through them. So relax, have fun with it. It's gonna happen. It's going down.
This is you
All right.
walking, right? This is you
Typically on a bicycle, but it works. So E in the REST acronym is establish direction. All right, so you need to figure out where the vehicle is going in relationship to you. All right, that is very important. Are you getting hit broadside? Are you crossing the street? They coming up behind you?
Dude, I've been hit so many times on the bike. Can't even find it.
Yeah.
My step one is get the fuck out the way.
Well, ideally, like you want to try and do that,
You
but
can't help it. I mean, it's coming. It's coming. You're gonna get
Yeah.
hit.
typically based on the proportional speed,
Yeah.
if
I've
they're
been hit before.
heading to hit you, they're gonna hit you. All
I
right,
know
so
where you're coming
we've
from.
got a relax, establish direction. S is steer. All right, so if you're on a bicycle, you want to steer your front tire in the direction the vehicle is traveling. That way, when the impact occurs, more that impact is going to be redirected into moving the bicycle than through the bicycle. If you just get hit straight broadside, all that force is going straight through you. You turn your tire 15, 20 degrees, it's going to move the bike in relationship to the tire. Far less force from a physics standpoint is going to be transmitted through you. And T's get tall. On a if you're on foot, pop up right before impact. If you're on a bicycle, you stand up. That way the bike gets swept out from under you. I'll roll up the front windshield over the roof, down the back windshield. A couple times I've landed on my feet. Yeah, it's literally the system. I wish I'd figured it out sooner than like 6 hits in, but now that I have the system.
The fact that you've been able to perfect this.
Yeah. And now you guys get the benefit of my system without having to get hit by a dozen cars.
So my baby mama was screwing this guy, right? And I'm at her house and he shows up. I got a medical boot on my leg. And I answered the door and I said, well, come on in, man. I was like, fuck it, dude. I've already been here the last 5 months. I've been locked up. Just come in. You know, and he's like, nah, come outside. I was like, even better.
Yeah.
And I walk out, I'm fresh out of jail, I'm stout. He's like, no, I don't want no problems, man. I just want to tell you the truth. Well, he started lying to me off the get-go. Well, anyway, long story short, he ended up leaving, dude. I'm inside. I can hear his truck going by, and it's an ice storm outside. I go outside, and he's parked facing the apartment. And I'm like, dude, what's up? Come here, dude. And so I walk out to the road. He starts driving towards me. I was like, all right, cool, you can talk to me. And all of a sudden, he hits it, dude. His truck's going like this. But he's coming right at me in a Ford Ranger, shifting gears, dude, sliding. I'm on ice, dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get away, so all I do is jump.
Yep.
And, dude, his hood, he hit me on my hip and threw me. I did a barrel roll in the air, landed on my head and shoulder on the ground. But it did loosen the impact.
Yeah.
But, dude, I had to crawl back. I mean, I was hurting.
But
it was a less...
It would have been.
He would have ran me over if
Yeah.
I didn't jump.
Yeah, you like a couple times I wound up underneath the car. I don't recommend that.
I would have ended up underneath the truck.
Yeah.
But I jumped and it threw me
Not a good place to be.
out of the way.
All
Jump.
right, let's get through these last couple. Shared values.
Should've whipped his ass on the front porch.
Yeah.
Did you beat it? Did you finally get him back?
Later on, I caught him there at the house, dude, and I gave it to him. He ran out of his t-shirt out the door. Yeah. He kept going, quit hitting me,
Did you keep it as a souvenir?
No.
I got hit by this one old lady, and like she just wasn't paying attention. I felt bad, and I fixed her mirror. She like because I'm retarded. Shared values. Number 10. Important morals, priorities, and long-term goals align enough to reduce major conflicts. All right, like one thing be in the house. I sure hope. I know I'm about that life. I'm about like staying clean and getting better. And everybody who gets on that program, like I've seen a lot of people do a lot. Just getting aligned, getting with that program. And just important, like if you're like in personal relationships, like you're super liberal and they're like wearing like the red hats, that might, you're gonna have to maybe put that on the benefit to BS ratio. Or if like, man, you're totally pro-life, they're totally pro-choice. That's the sort of thing is going to definitely shift your baseline towards the BS side of things. There's always going to be that conflict, even if you get along everywhere else with certain things. There's always going to be that skewing the ratio towards the BS side of the integer. But priorities, long-term goals. If they want to get married ultimately, and you're waiting for the price of sex robots to drop, hey, maybe it's not meant to be.
No, one of those is gonna go down anyway.
What do you mean when?
The price of sex robots.
Yeah.
He's trying to...
Like, I got a guy. Let you check out the catalog. but you're gonna have to save up regardless if you want a good one. Like you don't want a bargain basement. You don't like a Dollar General sex robot. No.
I want one with whips and chains that'll cuss me out.
All right, well, we make that happen. You know, we have the technology. Yeah. All right. 11 is empathy. This goes a lot to meeting in the middle. You try to understand each other's perspectives even when you disagree. Well, I was like, man, hey, first thing we start like some static starts, like start getting like a little confrontational. First thing I do is figure out where could I be wrong? How could I be reading this wrong? How could I be in the wrong? It goes a lot back to your step 4, figuring out your part of it. You need like immediately, you need to ingrain that stuff in your brain to always be looking for your part of the interaction. And it might be totally out of your wheelhouse. You might have nothing to do with it, but you need to get used to looking for your part of it. Like, and seriously, the improvement you'll have in interpersonal relationships where you're not always immediately confrontational. You're like, okay, if you stop for a second and go, man, how could I be wrong? Or how could they be right? Or where are they coming from? Or just caring enough to ask, like, hey, where are you coming from? Like where is this coming from? Like, why do you feel that way? Yeah, empathy and active listening, huge. And 12 is growth mindset. Both people support each other's personal growth rather than holding one another back. It's like, it goes back to say you're going to school and the person you're with or the people you're around support you going to school. Like say, I'm trying to stay sober. If I'm going to be with somebody in a interpersonal relationship, they need to be on board with that. They need not be like getting jealous because they go to meetings and you're like, oh heck yeah, you're gonna go to your home group. Awesome. They need to be supportive. Growth mindset is crucial. If you're trying to be a better person and getting into a relationship with somebody who just wants to stay where they're at or be carried.
Oh, you should say that because every time I have one of these girls hit me up on Facebook and I start talking to them, they ask me if it's girls.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get
Fucking
that
weird
too.
though. I'm like, what's the point? What's the difference? Are you trying to come into the recovery community or are you just trying to get one over?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to like 2-minute rule. I'm not allowed to. I wasn't allowed to give people hugs when they got sobriety time. And that pissed me off because I'm a hugger. We looking bucks are huggers.
Yeah, I'm a hugger too.
Come here. Well, hold on, let me shut the camera off. But yeah, seriously, this scoring system for like your benefit to BS ratio of effort, every aspect of a healthy relationship can be put on this integer and graded. Like, pay attention, show your work, keep notes. Like, is this, man, all our interactions, A+. And if like, man, like if you're like, oh man, I'm really tired, worked really hard. Okay, you need me to cover that for you? Boom. And if I had a long day, boom. Or anything I can help you do, get class going, boom. A+ average, cross board, 4.0 GPA. And it's freaking awesome. But being mindful of where interactions and relationships fall on this integer line is the first step on finding the healthiest relationships you can have and the healthiest people you can be around. Hey, is this person a net positive in my life? And if so, maybe they warrant a more in-depth relationship. And then, so okay, this person, all our interactions are towards the positive side of the integer. And our interactions with each other always wind up here in the middle. And that's the basically the characteristics of non-toxic or healthy relationships.
Hey, stay single, stay sober. You won't have to worry about all this complicated things.
Yeah, well, no, this,
That's perfect.
like, you know me, I'm all for going number 3 and like just focus on keep your eyes on the prize. And if you really want to find a healthy relationship, Just focus on being the best you can be, and it will find you.
It'll happen.
You if you focus on putting out everything that you want to find in a relationship, if you make that your focus, you will find that. But if you're just like, oh, like looking for what you want,
And you can find it too quickly.
you might luck out, but more likely than not, you're not going to find it.
I'm sorry, I speak up. What was it?
Healthy relationship.
One for
If you're looking for a healthy relationship,
everything.
make your focus embodying everything you're looking for in a healthy relationship. All the qualities and characteristics you're trying to find, you make sure you got those. Just make that your focus, and I promise you, a good relationship will find you. What you're looking for will find you, but you got to embody it yourself. And then somebody who's going to match you and meet you in the middle, you will attract that.
Law of attraction.
If you're just looking for what you're looking for without embodying it yourself, you might find it, but you might just find it. You just happen to be on this side of the integer, and then the next day it's going to be over here. And really, it's you average out a long enough timeline, it's probably not going to be net positive. It's probably not going to be a 50-50 meet in the middle relationship.
I'm confused. What if I want a girl a little rough around the edges, but like still there for me?
Fine line.
Well, you're already halfway there.
Love.
You're rough around the edges, you know. But now,
Good, that's what I want.
you think you want that? Fixer-uppers are sound like fun. There's a Facebook group I'll turn you on to. It's called I Can Fix Her. It's mostly hot mug shots. You guys have a good one.